So if you've already launched your website, or even if you just have a basic version of one and you're actually wondering how to make money from it, this is the part that really matters. Because building the site is one thing, but monetizing it properly is a completely different skill. And this is where a lot of people either overcomplicate everything or they just rush it, add random links, random offers, random buttons, and then wonder why nothing converts. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to monetize your Sitelium site properly in a way that actually makes sense. We're gonna go through affiliate links, selling your own products, and memberships. And I'm not just gonna show you where to click, I'm also gonna explain how to think about this so your site doesn't just look monetized, it actually works like a real business. And if you haven't built your site already, we've actually made a full video on the channel showing exactly how to build an e-com site in Sitelium from scratch. So you can just watch that video first, then come back to this, but if you already have something built, even if it's basic, you're already ready for this part. So the first thing I want to say before we touch anything is this. Your site makes money when people take action. That's literally what it comes down to. So someone lands on your page, they understand what you're offering, they trust it enough to keep going, and then they click buy or sign up. So everything that we're going to be doing here is built around that simple flow. We are not going to be adding monetization features just because they exist. We're going to be adding them because we want them to guide someone toward a clear step. So with that being said, let's start with the easiest monetization method, and that's affiliate links. So affiliate links are usually the fastest way to monetize because you don't need to create your own product first. You're recommending something that already exists, and if someone buys through your link, you earn a commission. So a simple place to start is directly with a brand's own affiliate program or through affiliate networks and marketplaces. So for example, Amazon runs the Amazon Associate program, which lets you create special links and earn commission on qualified purchases. And Amazon also says commissions can go up to 10% depending on category. So you can also find brands through marketplaces like impact.com, which has a partner marketplace where publishers can connect with brands and monetize their content. Or you can also go through networks like Awen, which literally says it connects brands with approved partners globally. So if I were starting from zero, what I would actually do is pick one niche that fits my site and then go look for affiliate programs that match that niche. So if my site is about tutorials, productivity, software tools, cameras, editing apps, online learning, or anything like that, then I would literally go one of two ways. Either I would search for the direct affiliate program for a brand I already use, or I would join those marketplaces and look for brands inside it. So let's say I've joined an affiliate program already, and I've got my link. Now what we actually need to do is place it on the website in a way that actually makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to open my homepage inside Sitelium. Let's say I've got a section talking about resources, tools, or recommended products. Instead of leaving this section as just content, I want to turn it into something that actually can earn money. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to click on one of the buttons in that section. Then when the settings pops up, I'll look for the link option. So like this. Okay, so instead of linking to another page on my own site, I'll simply paste in my affiliate link. And one thing I always make sure to do here is turn on open in new tab, because I don't want the visitor to completely lose my site when they click away. So this little small setting really matters a lot. Now the bigger part here isn't really the button itself. It's actually the wording around it. So this is where people usually make it feel a little bit awkward. They put a random button that says click here or buy now, and it kind of feels pushy and disconnected from the rest of the page. But a much better way to do this is to make the recommendation feel a little bit natural. So what we're going to do is instead of writing something very vague, I'm going to write something like, these are the exact tools I use to create my tutorials. Or you can also try something like, here are the beginner-friendly tools I recommend if you want to follow along with these lessons. So that works much better because it feels like it's guidance and not just a sales push, guys. So what we can do next is that we can also place affiliate links inside the actual text on our page. So if I've got a paragraph that says something like, if you want the same software setup I use, check out the tools I recommend. Okay, then I can highlight these words and click on the link icon, then simply paste the affiliate link right here. So this often feels way more natural because it doesn't interrupt the reading flow. Now one thing I would also say is don't try to monetize every single sentence on your page. That makes the whole site feel extremely cluttered. So what we can do is simply start with one or two relevant links in places where they actually make sense. So if you recommend too many things at once, people stop trusting the recommendations. Now a good beginner workflow is this. Pick one category of product you genuinely use, sign up for an affiliate program, place one clear recommendation section into your site, and then test that before adding any more. Now, Let's move into the second method, and this is where things get really powerful, because now instead of promoting somebody else's product, you're actually selling your own. So this works especially well if your site is already built around tutorials, guides, downloads, or even educational content, because you actually don't need any giant fancy catalog to get started. You just need one clear offer. So inside Sitelium, I'm going to go back to my page and click on add block. Then I would choose something like a product block or even a card layout. I actually don't need the perfect design, I just need a structure that lets me show the title, description, price, and button clearly. So let's say I'm creating my first paid product. Here's exactly how I'd set it up. For the title, I would write beginner tutorial pack. So like this. Then for the description, I would write something like learn the fundamentals step by step with simple, beginner-friendly lessons designed to help build real skills from scratch. Okay, then for the price, I would start with something reasonable and easy for a beginner audience to say yes to. So maybe something like $19 or $29, or it could even be $39, depending on how substantial the product is. And for the button, I would use something direct and clear, like get access or buy now. Yeah, this seems way more natural. Now when I click the button settings, this is where I actually get to connect it. So if I'm using Stripe, PayPal, Gumroad, Lemon Squeezy, or any other payment system, this is where I paste the checkout link. And I've now actually got a real product on the page. So that's the part I really want people to understand. You don't need some massive backend system before you can actually start selling. You need a clear offer, a description that explains the value, and a button that takes people to checkout. Now, let's talk about pricing for a second, because this is one of the areas where people get stuck the longest. A really simple way to think about pricing is just to start with the size of the outcome and not the amount of the content. So a lot of beginners actually price things based only on how many files or videos are included, but that's actually not the best way to do it. Someone is paying because of what your product helps them achieve and not just because of the number of lessons. So if your product helps someone save time, avoid confusion, learn a skill faster, or even solve a very specific problem, that has value. So for beginner-friendly digital products, one-time offers roughly in the range of $9 to $49 are often the easiest place to start. Not because these numbers are magical, but because they're low enough to feel accessible while still being high enough to actually mean something. So if it's a small guide or a short pack, simply try pricing lower, but if it's a more complete tutorial bundle, price higher. The main thing is don't create 10 price points on day one. Simply start simple. One clear offer is really better than a messy menu of options. So if you do want more than one product, then I would probably recommend you structure them clearly. So for example, you could have a starter pack at a lower price, a full tutorial bundle at a mid-range price, and a premium pack with bonus resources at a higher price. That way the difference makes sense. What you don't want is 3 products that all sound almost identical, because then people might just get confused and hesitate. Now, another important thing is how you describe the product. You want to focus on outcomes and not features. So instead of writing something like includes 10 tutorials and 3 PDFs, I would say something like go from beginner to confident with a step-by-step system that shows you exactly what to do. Then if I want, I can also list the features underneath that. So the formula for this is pretty much outcome first, then details second. That order really matters. Now from here, we can also talk about something else. We can go over to the third method, which is memberships. So this is where your site actually starts becoming way more valuable long term, because instead of just earning once, you actually get to earn repeatedly. So a membership is basically ongoing access. So instead of selling a one-time tutorial pack, you're saying join this and keep getting access to more content, more resources, more value. So you definitely notice how that's way more valuable than just a one-time pack. So inside Sitelium, you can actually structure this by creating a pricing section or membership offer section on the page. So what I would do is I would simply click add block. Then from here, I can choose pricing layout. And then I would write something like premium membership. Then in the description, I would probably write get full access to all tutorials, future updates, exclusive resources, and members only content designed to help you keep improving. Nice. Then for price, we can even do something like $9 per month or even $19 per month, or depending on your value. Then the call to action can be join now. So once we do this, I'll then connect that button to the payment system that I'm going to be using for subscriptions. Now the second half of memberships is actually access control. So this is the part that actually makes the membership worth paying for. So if I've got a special page, section, or premium content area, I don't want everyone to see it, because that literally ruins the entire purpose of a membership. It's supposed to be exclusive. So what I'm going to do to ensure that it's exclusive is I'm going to click on the section, then go into visibility or display conditions, and set it so that it's only visible to logged in users or members. This way, free visitors can still see the public parts of the site, but members get to unlock more stuff. And this is where memberships become interesting, because they're not just another button, they're actually a content system. So you're literally building a reason for people to actually stay subscribed. Now, when you're deciding what to include in a membership, simply try to keep it simple at first. So for example, in my case, a very easy membership model would be something like access to all tutorial packs, 1 or 2 new lessons per month, exclusive downloads, bonus walkthroughs, or even member-only guides. That's enough to get started. You actually don't need to promise the world. You just need to make the value clear and consistent. Now, here's the smart part. You don't have to choose only one monetization method. This is where a lot of people actually box themselves in too early. You can combine affiliate links, one-time products, and even memberships on the same site. That's if the structure makes sense, of course. So for example, free content on your homepage or blog can actually build trust, while affiliate links can monetize some of that traffic. Then one-time products can help you earn money from people who want a clear paid offer, and memberships can be there for the people who want ongoing value. So this is actually one of the strongest business models, because it literally gives people multiple ways to engage depending on where they are. So someone who isn't ready to buy your product might still click on an affiliate link, but while someone who isn't ready for a subscription might still want to buy a one-time tutorial pack. And on the other hand, if someone got good results from your previous one-time product, may also want to join the membership. So that's literally why I keep coming back to structure. Monetization always works best when it feels like a natural step forward, not a random add-on. So if I were building this out inside Sitelium as a real monetized site, my homepage might look something like this. At the top, I've got a hero section explaining what the site is. Then I've got a section showing the main tutorial offers. Then I would also have a section with recommended tools that contains a couple of affiliate links. Then I would also have a trust section with content or testimonials. Then I would also have a premium membership section near the bottom. And then finally, I would then end it all with a strong call to action. So that's pretty much a clear system. Now let's actually talk about the call to action wording, because this matters more than people think. So buttons should match the actual step that you want people to take. If you want them to browse the tutorial offers, say something like browse tutorials. But if you want them to go to a checkout, you can say something like get access. But if you want them to join a recurring offer, you have to really make sure you say something like join now and not browse tutorials or anything else, because it's just going to confuse them. So simple button text really works better because it removes hesitation. And while we're at it, don't forget to test every single button yourself. So before you publish or before you call the site done, simply click every affiliate link, every checkout button, every membership button, and make sure that they all go where they should. That sounds obvious, guys, but it's actually one of the easiest things to overlook when you've been editing for a really long time. Now, a very practical thing you can also do is simply build one monetization method at a time. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, don't try to set up affiliate links, digital products, and memberships all in one sitting. Just make sure to do one of them properly first. So a good process would be something like start with affiliate links because they are the easiest, then add one paid product on top. And after that, once you see that you're getting traffic and trust, you can then add a membership. That way, you're literally growing the business in layers instead of just trying to force everything into place at once. Now, one more thing I can mention is that monetization doesn't only happen on the homepage. You can also monetize blog posts as well. So if you have posts on your site, you can naturally mention products, link to your paid tutorial packs, or even add affiliate recommendations where relevant. In fact, sometimes blog posts literally convert better because someone who lands on a very specific article often has a stronger reason to click than someone who is just casually browsing the homepage. So if your site includes content, please make sure to use that. Content plus monetization is often a much stronger combination than a static homepage by itself. At this point, once all your monetization elements are in place, I would make sure to preview the site so I can see it as a visitor and not the builder. So what you can do is simply click on the preview, then scroll through really slowly. Then ask yourself, if I landed here for the very first time, would I actually understand what this site is about? Would I actually know what I'm supposed to click? Would it feel natural to take action? And is it obvious how this site makes money without feeling forced? Guys, if the answer is yes to all those questions, then you're probably in a good place. But if the answer is no, don't panic. You just have to simplify a little bit further. That's usually the fix. Simplify the wording, simplify the numbers of the offers, simplify the layout, and even make the steps clearer. That's almost always way better than adding more stuff. So really the big takeaway from all of this is that monetizing your Sitelium site is not about stuffing the page with links and products, it's actually about building a clear path. Free value builds trust, affiliate links monetize recommendations, products monetize expertise, memberships monetize ongoing value. And when those things fit in together, the site literally just stops being a site and it actually starts becoming a business. And that's really the whole point. So if you're starting from zero, start simple. Add one affiliate recommendation or even just add one paid offer. Get that working first, then build from there. Because that's literally how real sites grow. Not all at once, but step by step. So if this guide helped you out or even provided more insight, then please show your appreciation by liking the video, subscribing, then we'll see you in the next one.